So here's the key to it. Just like the food shopper, you gotta be calm. Okay, you really gotta get behind the product. So then simply all you do is start punching and you will see your food just start to process. Okay? Give it a try. Give her a big round of applause.
Go Ned.
All right. That is awesome. Right? Look at how easy that is. Well fun. Thank you. Well, you know what? We already put some fresh herbs in here so that she could go ahead and give that a try. But I just thought it was a neat opportunity for you. Well, now I'm going to turn the show over to Vanessa, and we are really going to find out what she is doing to make every single minute of her cooking show count. Are you ready to hear from her?
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much. I am so honored to be here. And today I'm going to go over my cooking show. Unfortunately, we don't have time to go through it all. So for time's sake, you're just going to see a little bit of pieces here and there of it. Now the purpose of today is to show you not just what I do, but also why I do what I do. So in order to effectively do that, I'm going to be going back and forth in and out of show mode to training mode. So we're going to start off. I'm going to show you how I do a strong show opening, because that's really important. I'm going to go into showing two of my favorite collections. I love them all, but I'm going to just go for time's sake, talk about two of them. And then we're going to talk a little more about how I sprinkle in season recruiting and booking shows right there on the spot at each and every one of my shows. And then we're going to finally end up with a good, strong, full-service checkout. So without any delays, let's get started.
All right.
Now, why is a good, strong show opening so important? Okay, so think about it. You ever sit down to read a good book, and you can't even make it through the first chapter because it's so boring? So you close the book, you never open it again. Or you sit down to watch a movie, and either the beginning of the movie is so confusing or so boring that you land up falling asleep on the couch. Folks, life is stressful. People come to your cooking shows because they want to have fun. They just got off of work, and they're looking for a night out on the town with their friends. So I think a strong opening, you want to grab their attention right from the get-go. You want to welcome them in and get them involved. So another key component of having a good, strong show opening is you want to introduce people to the business opportunity and the host opportunity right off the bat. Don't wait till the end of your show to start telling them about it. Right as soon as they walk in the door, you want to go ahead and get them involved. So, I will just show you kind of an example of what I would do at one of my shows and what one of my live show openings might look like. Okay. Hi everybody, my name is Vanessa, and I have been blessed to be with Camper Chef for 7 fabulous years. And I absolutely love what I do, and I wouldn't have nearly as much fun without my awesome host like Judy. Judy, thank you for having me over today, and thank you for inviting all of your friends here today. It's been great. And, now, Judy, do you like to get gifts? Well, it's a good thing because our hosts are showered with gifts. They get free products. You're going to get half-price items. You're going to be getting a shopping spree and with free shipping and a discount for an entire year, along with other surprises along the way. So, Judy, to start off, I'd like to go ahead and give you your very first gift of the evening. It's our Season Best Cookbook, and we're actually going to be cooking out of this recipe, our quick and easy recipe today to get you started. Now friends, today I invite you to watch all the amazing stuff that Judy's going to be getting as a host of the show, because when you decide to have me over to cook with you and your friends, I promise to spoil and pamper you just the same way. Oh, and there's one more thing I'd love to share with you. I love what I do. And we are always looking for some great people who might like to earn a little extra income, either full-time, part-time, or on the side. So today, I invite you to watch what I do, watch how much fun I'm having, and here in a little bit, I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask me questions. So, let's get cooking. Okay, so as a recap, hopefully you noticed right off the bat, I started talking, placing some trees in her hand, starting to get them to think about hosting a show, trying the apron on for size, and of course, I want to go ahead and start pampering my host right off the bat as well. So, alright. Now, I love all of our product collections. And that's what we do at our show. We're just showing off all the stuff we love. It's show and tell, right? And we show off, I will tell you at all the shows, I show off the non-stick cookware and our stainless. I do go over show more the glazed and the unglazed briefly by using the catalog and all that stuff with me. But again, for time's sake, I'm just going to talk about the executive cookware and the deep cover baker. Now, throughout selling collections, first of all, I'm going to tell you at all of my shows, I love hands-on interactive shows. It goes back to the whole fun thing, you know? People are there to have a good time. They don't want to be bored. They don't want to be stressed. They just want to have a good time. So I like to gather people around the table with me. And I think that when you have hands-on shows, when people are up here and they're chopping and slicing and dicing and they're having a good time with you, a couple of things happen. First and foremost, when they're using these products, they're going to naturally fall in love with it. And they're going to want you to have a show to get it for free. They're going to want to buy it, so that's going to increase your sales. Or they're going to want to become a consultant because they're going to get paid for it, and they're going to get it for free, right? So hands-on is a lot of fun, too. I find that that's one thing. And another thing is that when I have hands-on shows, I find that it makes my job look more duplicatable. I mean, think about it. If they're up here slicing and chopping and dicing with me, they realize, you know what? If that girl could do it, so could I. So, now as I go ahead and talk about some of the selections, I want you to see if you can pick up how I sprinkle in little messages of hosting a show or trying the apron on as a consultant. It's just a natural part of what we do in the middle of our demonstrations. And again, they're hands-on, so it's time for everybody to be around and we're all having a good time. So, all right, so our pots and pans. Show mode. All right. So here I'm at a show, and I love to relate to my guests. So here at the show, I say to you, how many of y'all have non-stick cookware? Show of hands. Thank you. A couple of y'all, anybody have paper chef pots in hands? Woo! Okay, you guys got some great stuff. Now, for those of you who don't, have you had pots and pans that over the course of time, the non-stick cookware, like little bits of black stuff flake off? Everything sticks to them, right? And the little black pieces that fall off into your food, you kind of have to pass off if there's some fabulous exotic spice in your food. Really, it's Edinburgh, right? Had that happen? Yeah. And then you have to keep going by and figure eggs, your pasta, everything. You have to soak your pans overnight. You have to go out and buy pots and pans every couple of years, right? Your cookware's just falling apart. That, my friends, is what I call disposable cookware. You don't want disposable cookware. You want pots and pans that are going to last you. I've got an ice cube, and I'm going to go ahead and pass this around. I'll try to do a little ice cube. I'm just going to go ahead and stick it here in the pan. So, first of all, I want to show you why our pots and pans are different than any of the other pots and pans out there in the market. First of all, we talked about how your pans kind of flake off. Our stuff won't do that to you. The reason why some of your pots and pans may flake off like that is because they've got Teflon in them. You've probably heard how bad Teflon is for you when you eat it. All right. Our pots and pans don't have Teflon in them. They've got a DuPont autographed non-stick coating, which is baked on in several layers, which allows Camper Chef to give you a lifetime guarantee. Did you hear that? Lifetime. Pass your pots and pans onto your grandkids, because guess what? As long as you're following the manufacturer's warranty on here, you're going to go ahead and you're going to have a pan that's going to last you forever. Now, I always thought I was a really bad cook because I would try to do something fabulous like a grilled cheese sandwich for my kids. Before I cook. And I do a couple of them, you know, like in one, you have a big skillet with a little burner to do this. And if you have a couple of grilled cheese sandwiches, what happens? But, you know, your grilled cheese gets right. Your grilled cheese kind of gets half burned up on one side, and the other half of it comes up. Gosh, I'm going to mess up a grilled cheese sandwich. Well, our cookware doesn't do that. And I'll tell you something fabulous and scientific that I can't quite explain. But I will show you that what I did, so you guys are thought, I put an ice cube in here. And I'm going to pass this pan around. And I'm going to show you guys that not only is the ice cube melted, but the entire pan is ice cold. All the way throughout the pan, even up the sidewall. And you pass it around so everybody will touch it. And that's what it does with heat. Our pots and pans are an even conductor of temperature, which is important for that grilled cheese sandwich and your pancakes. Now, no matter where I put my grilled cheese, it's going to be evenly browned wherever I put it. Again, now, have you ever had a pan that started getting a little wobbly on your stove? It's always, you know, that's kind of, yeah. Well, our pots and pans also have that titanium in there, which allows your pans to keep its shape. When I was in college, right after college, I had a pan that had a handle that was loose, and I had to keep a screwdriver right next to it and then we missed the gas. It happens to you. So our handles are riveted right on the side, so you don't have any loose handles. And check this out, our custom pans are also oven safe at the 400 degrees. So you can go ahead and stick this in the oven, make a mean skillet cornbread. I've got some breakfast recipes, handle and all goes right in the oven. Isn't that neat? So again, this is one of the things that a lot of our hosts love to get for free or for half price. And check this out. They just announced that our new consultants have an amazing opportunity to get any of our open stock pieces of custom pans. So guys, I want you to go ahead and turn to page 15 and 17 in your book. And we have some choices for you. First of all, either our non-stick cookware or our stainless. You see the selection? You have an opportunity as a brand new consultant with Campus Chef to get any one of these open stock pieces for free, including that ginormous $220 stock pot. Isn't that an amazing bonus? So what a great way to get it for free. So that is for a limited time. So that's one of the benefits of that. Now, when you do get your pots and pans, you want to keep them looking brand new, and you want to keep them forever. So a couple of things that I would highly recommend is our cookware protectors. And instead of using coffee filters, you're supposed to do that, or paper towels in between your pots and pans, you go ahead and lay them in there so anything goes up your saucepan so they don't stay scratched up. Of course, I recommend any nylon tools, any of our bamboo things, so that way it's not going to scratch up your pots and pans, and you're going to keep your pans for a lifetime. So whether you are boiling water or making some fabulous dinner for your family, our pots and pans are ones that you're going to use all the time and absolutely love. Great investment. All right. How many of y'all absolutely love a crock pot? Your favorite crock pot? Right? Yeah, it's great. I love a crock pot for the fact that when you get home from work, because we're all busy, right? Y'all just told me how busy you are. You get home from work, and your dinner is done. Brainless, right? But how many of us truly think about what's for dinner at 5:30 in the morning? Just saying. Most of us think about, hey, what's for dinner at 5:30 at night? By then, it comes crock pot really doesn't work. So I want to introduce to you what we call as our F and Bulk, our magic pot, because it does amazing things, especially somebody like me who doesn't cook. It gives you crock pot results in microwave minutes. Yeah. Okay. Crock pot results, microwave minutes. So think about that. Whatever you're cooking, whether it's, you think about a chicken, you go ahead and put chicken or pork tenderloin, and it takes about, 6 to 8 hours maybe in a crock pot to cook by the time you get home from work and stuff, maybe 10 hours if you have it on slow. Imagine getting your pork tenderloin or your chicken done in about 6 to 10 minutes. No, really. Okay, so be honest, guys. If you think about chicken in the microwave, have you ever had chicken in the microwave?
Ew.
Yeah. What do you think about chicken in the microwave? Some words of adjective?
Rubber.
Right, yeah, exactly, yes. This, my friends, is what I would think when I think of yeah. Feed that to your kids for dinner? A little sauce in there? Great, yeah. No. Not anymore. I will tell you, put a couple of chicken breasts in here. Put a little bit of our chipotle rub on there, some of our Southwest seasoning. Put a couple of fresh onions, bell peppers in the bottom, stick it in your microwave with the chicken on top for about 12 minutes. You've got fajitas done. Chicken fajitas done in 12 minutes. Put it up in a flour tortilla with a little salsa, a little sour cream, and again, dinner done in 15 minutes. That is what we call a happy meal at our house. I can't make it to McDonald's if I said that. Sorry, folks. So, now, if you are a person you think, oh my gosh, I don't know how to cook with this thing, this is crazy, how do I cook with this? Well, if you need recipes, we've got recipes. We've got these great weekday dinners done recipe card selection, and the new cookbook that gives you recipes for your baker. So, if you could read, you could cook. This is good, right? However, if you're a person who goes, I just have to wing it at 5:30, I'm just lucky if I have anything in the freezer that I can maybe thaw out. Let me tell you some happy news about this. If it is taco night at your house, put your taco meat in here. About 5 minutes for a thawed taco meat. Put a little bit of our chipotle rub on there. These are mix and chop halfway through, and you get moist, tender, all the way cooked through ground beef in about 5 to 6 minutes. Spaghetti sauce, same thing. Perhaps macaroni and cheese. So again, this is one of the things that I absolutely love. Now I will tell you, for a limited time, our hosts have the unique opportunity to get this great baker for 60% off. Isn't that amazing? Now I've only got a couple of days left this month. So here in a little while, first come, first serve, we're going to give you an opportunity to grab one of these dates and not only get some of the other stuff off your wish list, but get maybe this for free or at a discount. And then one of the other things that I love that when you are making your chicken to make sure that it is cooked all the way through, you put your chicken in there, a pork tenderloin is done in about 10 minutes. This is our digital pocket thermometer. Now, I never knew how hot chicken's supposed to be. I mean, who knew, right? And when you cook chicken, you don't want to necessarily go in there and slice it open to see if it's done because all the juices flow out of the chicken and then you're going to have, keep all the moisture out. So if you need to know how hot your chicken's supposed to be, this is a great little tool. It gives you a cheat sheet on the side and tells you exactly how hot it's supposed to be. And this is a necessity. It's one of those things that I highly recommend with your baker because you're going to use it for whatever. So, again, they'll kind of flip open to the catalog and I'll talk about some of our stoneware pieces as well or other pieces. So, all right, back at a show mode. So hopefully you're able to kind of pick up how I, intertwine a little bit of information about recruiting. I planted seeds about hosting right off the bat. And I will tell you guys, if you do not already own a deep covered baker for yourself as a consultant, folks, it's just February 12th. Host a show of your own. If there's anybody in town with you, go out, look at your calendar today, and schedule your own show for next week. Why not, right? People don't know what they're doing 6 months from now, but they do know what they're doing in the next couple of days. Go ahead, book your own show, get the baker for yourself for free or for 60% off, and earn double points towards that next 7 trip. Who's going on a cruise with me? Woo! Awesome. Can't wait. All right. So, all right. Let's talk about sharing the opportunity. And this is something that I'm very passionate about. One of my favorite things, because truly, had I not started this business almost 7 years ago, I would not be able to stay in with my kids. I was in corporate America. Now, I will tell you, I find that you've heard the words, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Have you heard that saying before? I do something at all of my shows, and it's really just kind of a visual. Some of us are visual learners. I find that more than not, a lot of people want to see, if I became a consultant, what's in it for me? Right? So what I do is I pass around at all of my shows, when I do my story, I pass around scrapbooks. I like scrapbooks. Come on, a little fancier. However, if you are a brand new consultant, if you've only been doing Paper Chef for a week, a couple of months, whatever, or even 25 years, you could do that. It could be a 3-ring binder that you can go out and get at Walmart. It could be a couple of pages, very simple. And for example, when I first did mine, the only reason why when I started Paper Chef, I was just paying the groceries with it, honestly. My commission check was worth groceries and things to help out with the family. So whether you're doing it to go ahead and just pay the groceries, go ahead and put a grocery bill in there. And then put one of your commission statements in there and say, look, I was able to pay the groceries and get Paper Chef money. Maybe you've never earned a trip with Paper Chef. By God, you are this year. So go ahead and put a picture of New Orleans in there. Go online, print off a picture, and put it in your little book. It can be something very easy. If you're saving up money for your daughter's braces or maybe a new car, maybe you're trying to pay, get out of debt. Regardless what it is, it's your story. And it doesn't have to be a long story. The simpler, the better. I do find that people want to see, hey, what could this be for me and my family? So before I pass it around, I think it's really important that I pass it around usually about a quarter way into my show. It really depends. When I've got the chicken going in the microwave, I've got a couple of minutes, I will pause and share my story. And you've all probably heard how important it is to share your story. And I share my story, but I also just do it with some pictures. And my story goes something like this. 7 years ago, when I went to a cooking show, I was not looking for a part-time job. I wasn't looking for anything other than a girls' night out and free food. So when I first got started, I thought Pampered Chef was some kind of crazy pyramid scheme at first. It really was kind of held me back a little bit. I thought you had to have inventory or quotas or deliveries. Who has friends? I don't have enough friends. I don't have some time, by the way. Have I mentioned that I work a full-time job? I've got 2 little girls at home and a husband who works at the fire station, and he's gone for 24 hours, off 48, working part-time job. Well, when my girlfriend and I started to talk about it, I thought, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead. I could do anything for 30 days. I could diet. I could almost exercise for 30 days. It's amazing what I can do. So I'm just going to go ahead and try this out. And I told my girlfriend, I'm not committing to this forever. I'm just going to try this and see if I like it. Well, my goal at the time was to do about a month or 2. But God just clearly had different plans for me that day. Because just recently, I celebrated my 700th cooking show. And it's been God is amazing, isn't he? So I have to share that. So although many of you didn't come here today, maybe looking for a part-time job or a hobby or whatever the hell, I invite you to take a closer look. And then I'll pass my book around. If you're nosy, I'm going to show you a couple of pictures of my first mission statement, so you can see how easy it is to make your initial investment back. Some of the great trips our family's been on. I actually have pictures of my family because I've never missed a dance recital. I've never missed a ball game. I've never missed anything because I am able to work now around my Disney family and pull in the corporate income that I once had out in corporate America. So I invite you to take a look, and I'll pass that around. So just a couple of, examples of my scrapbook, and then of course something smaller. It doesn't have to be, necessarily, anything huge. Just take pictures, print them off online, keep it easy. And then at the very end, after that makes it around the room a little bit. And by the way, you're going to start noticing people kind of elbowing each other when you're looking at your mission statements. You're like, wow, that's really awesome. Did you think she like made all the money? That's the first time for show. That's a good idea. Really, you just kind of pay attention a little bit when you're passing that book around. And then very end, I want to make sure everybody sees that. And then towards the end, I will do something very simple, and I'll do the ticket game. So you get a roll of tickets. Those look like those little portable tickets. You get them at most stores, Walmart and things. And when I go ahead and I will do, everybody does their ticket game a little differently. However, it's very important, even if you've been with the same crowd, and you keep doing, the ticket game over and over, do it every time anyway, because people's lives may have changed. So what I do is, the way I do it is I'll tell people, okay, look, I've got a little stack of tickets, and I'll have somebody be my ticket master. And I'll give them a prize for being my ticket master, and they'll just pass the tickets out for me. That way I can focus on answering questions and not passing up tickets because I have one hard time multitasking. So what I'll do is I'll tell them, okay, here's the rules. I've got tickets. And most of these guys will say, would you like a free prize? Anybody want a free prize? And everybody's like, well, yeah. Okay. So we're going to play a question and answer game. You can ask me questions about products, but I'll answer it, but you won't get a ticket. You could ask me questions about recipes, but you won't get a ticket. You could ask me how old I am or how much I weigh, and I will take away your ticket. So if you want to lighten the mood, just like you guys kind of giggle, you want to lighten the mood because people start going, oh, there she goes with that recruiting thing, I'm a little nervous. Okay. I make sure that I let them know right up front, just because you're asking me a question doesn't mean that you want to be a consultant. It just means you want a free prize. So lighten the mood, make sure they know it's no risk, they're just asking a couple of questions, and then I'll go ahead and start. Now, I find that a lot of people don't want to do the ticket game at shows, especially newer consultants, because they're like, whoa, I'm new. I don't know what I'm doing, let alone asking questions. I've been answering people's questions. So I will tell you that on Consultants Corner, the company gives us amazing resources. Go on there, and there is actually, I think, a 1 or 2 page document that has frequently asked questions and answers. And bring it with you and read off of it. Because guess what? If you're able to read off a paper and answer questions, that makes your job look more duplicatable. They realize, wow, she could read off a paper, so could I. I can do that. I don't have to know everything to be a consultant. So again, it's just being intentional and doing that at every single show. All right, booking slide. I'm going to run through this quickly because we've all seen the booking slide. A lot of us have. If you haven't, maybe talk to your director or something. But the booking slide goes back to the whole scrapbook thing. People are visual, and they want to see what's in it for me when I have a cooking show. So this is a visual for that. So I do this at the very end of all of my shows, and I will tell them something like this. I'll say, Paper Chef rolls out a red carpet for our host. Well, today is pastel. But regardless, they roll out a red carpet, and then I'll go ahead and unroll this thing just like normal, and usually knock somebody out the front row, by the way. And they kind of giggle, and I'll either have, and I'll have them read it off. And with enthusiasm, I'll say, Judy, you know, as the host of the show, you're going to be getting so many free products. You're going to be getting half-price items of your choice, unlimited shopping spree, and then I'll just kind of go through this. Or sometimes, if I've got a real interactive audience, I'll have them read it off for 2 weeks. Say, what's the, you know, and they'll just kind of jump in, and I'll have somebody else do it, especially if I have somebody that's really outgoing with me, and I'll just have them do that. But the point is, it's a visual. They like to see, because people don't really know what it's all about. Now, if you do not have one of these, this is a great thing that you can get in, I think the new consultant business kit, or you can also get on your supply order. Highly recommend it. If you could read, you could book a show. Okay, even if you're brand new, you're thinking, okay, I forget. Because you're going to get overwhelmed. How am I supposed to remember all this stuff at a show? Just read off of it. And if you don't have the booking slide right there with you, go ahead and turn to the back of the catalog. And the last couple of pages right here in the catalog, pages 60 and 61, highlights what's in it for hosts. And you can just read this to them, or point it out to them while they're flipping through their books. Because again, seeing is believing. They go, wow, that's pretty amazing. So that's, you know, the booking slide, and then again, it's something that we use at every show. All right. Last but not least, is a full service checkout. And I will tell you, this is something that the grocery store and everybody doesn't do. When you go in to buy a gallon of milk, they don't ask you questions. You get your milk, please. We offer something that's very unique. It's a relationship business. I want to build relationships with all my customers that come through, and this allows me to have some one-on-one time with every person. So what I do is during my full service checkout is I'll go ahead and say to everybody, okay guys, we're in the kitchen. I'm going to be over here in the dining room, and I'm going to go ahead and have my calculator, use a laptop, and some pen. And the only thing I ask is when you come and you're ready to go ahead and check out, that you do one person at a time. Because how many of you at a show have had people just chucking orders at you, they mob you, you get 15 people in line, you're overwhelmed, you can't talk to somebody because somebody's behind them pacing. Okay. Go to a separate room and say, every time a person comes up, one person at a time, I will go ahead and give you a small gift. Now you're talking to them. By the way, all I'm doing is giving them a recipe card. Nothing fancy. In my little check-in area, I'm going to be away from the crowd. Make sure I'm not I can actually have a conversation with somebody. And then when I sit down with each person, I'll have a little stack, a very deliberate little stack of things. I'll have my information, more information about the consultant. I'm going to have host passes ready for my next available date because I've got a couple of days left in February. Remember I just mentioned that? I'm going to have my dates right here in front of me. Catalog or my host packets all ready to go. And my very last stack, I'm going to have some recipe cards. That's it. Keep it simple. And then when my first person comes up, I'll say to them when they come up, I'll say, hey, Kathy, did you have a good time? Great. Let's create some small talk with her a little bit. Did you get to try the recipe? Wasn't it amazing? Okay, that's awesome. Well, Kathy, did you have an opportunity to check out my little scrapbook? I'll chit-chat. She's like, yeah. Wasn't that fun? Well, great. Well, Kathy, is there anything in that book that caught your eye? What in that book maybe interests you? And the key there is to pivot. Listen to what she has to say. It's all about listening. She may say to you, you know, that was really neat. I was really probably impressed with your first commission check. That's pretty awesome. Or, you know what, we haven't been on a family vacation for I can't even tell you how many years. It would be really neat to go on a cruise. It would be really, really nice. So find out what she's saying, and then say, you know what? Would you like to, you know, learn a little more about being a consultant? And again, she may say, well, yeah, that'd be awesome. I would love to take some information home. So I'll go ahead and either give her information, or I'll ask her point blank, do you have any more information about becoming a consultant, or do you just need to know how to get started? I come all the time with agreements ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and order their kit right there if they're ready. If not, I'll give them a little package to take home with them. And this is so important. If they're kind of on the fence a little bit, or even if they just have a little bit of interest, follow up with them within 24 to 48 hours. Not next week, not next month, not next year when you find their door price up underneath a pile of stuff.
Hmm.
when you go ahead and say, Dr. Kathy, great, I would love to follow up with you